Well, hi there, Soledad. I promised in my last report we would talk about this issue of how to prevent this from happening again. And that is certainly one of the elements of this investigation. Authorities on an international search to find suspected terrorists to try and avoid another disaster. I'm joined by Joe Cantamessa, who is a retired special agent with the FBI, who's in charge of the special operations in the New York office in 1993 when the World Trade Center was bombed. Michael Cherkasky is president and CEO of Kroll, a private investigation company. He also was a prosecutor in the World Trade Center bombing case. Mike, during one of our last discussions here, we were talking about this issue of how other countries have dealt with some of these terrorist threats. And you were sort of lauding the way the French have been able to do it. And you pointed out that the French had even been able to thwart an effort to bomb the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, back in 95, 96, this same group that we suspect here, the bin Laden group, a splinter of that, proposed to and planned a terrorist attack of flying a jet into the Eiffel Tower, similar to what they did 5 years later to us. And the French secret services, intelligence services, with very aggressive undercover work, very aggressive wiretapping, were able to penetrate that scheme and stop it.
Now, when you say very aggressive, what does that mean? I mean, how is that different from what our federal bodies, the CIA, the FBI, have been doing up to this point?
Well, we certainly have more restrictions on our law enforcement. We restrict the ability to wiretap. In France, they were wiretapping everyone's conversations. They were, again, hiring people for paying them money who were very bad people, murderers, to give them information. That was not going on here and had been restricted here.
And Joe, this is something that some law enforcement organizations have been asking for a while now, true?
They want to be able to keep up with technology, not any expanded authority or expanded investigative capability, but tools to conduct what laws are currently on the books and should be investigated.
And so what does need to happen now? I mean, what do you think the changes that need to be employed are?
Well, a simple change would be if the privacy advocates would start telling the truth and start really speaking the facts as to what law enforcement has been trying to do for some time. That would be a great start. And secondly, to allow those tools to be appropriately deployed pursuant to the same rules that they currently are.
And Mike, as a lawyer, I want to change topics very quickly in a minute, but we're probably going to see a change in our laws, right?
I think we're going to see that some of the executive lawyers that have restricted the CIA, I think, are certainly going to be changed.
All right. Let's talk about two of these men who've been arrested. I want to ask you guys a question. Ayub Ali Khan, Mohammed Jawed Azmath, arrested on a train in Texas. Apparently, they were fighting. They were involved in an altercation. This is literally a day after everything happens on these flights. They are carrying a lot of cash. They've got hair dye, and they've got box cutters, allegedly, the tool of choice for these terrorists. The question I have for you, Joe, is, we know that they're being questioned now by the authorities. They've been detained by INS. Is there any possibility that these guys wanted to get caught and possibly to sort of disseminate disinformation? I mean, I know this may sound like a conspiracy theory, but I know a lot of people are saying it sounds so ridiculous that these guys get in a fight on a train and suddenly get caught. Would you be concerned at all as an FBI agent interviewing these people?
I'd be objective, and I'd want to really see what the facts were. I would not think it would be intentional, but anything is possible. And it could be they came a little unglued. It could be the pressure. Maybe they didn't succeed at their original target. A lot of possibilities.
All right, got to wrap it up again. We'll be joined by both of you throughout the day. Soledad, back to you.
All right, Dan, thank you very much for that. Some interesting insight there.